shown a similar clip in a Mallard versus Ring of Fire video earlier. I think it's really important to just always show these clips whenever I can. And the point of this clip is nobody guards four. So the defense comes down, nobody guards four, and four realizes it, so he just runs to the end zone. I think sometimes when we're calling plays and we're trying to set up actions and we're trying to like have a trigger that gets to a pairs cut, it can be easy to forget that sometimes the defense might blow their coverage. So as these defenders come down, you can see that nobody is watching four. He just sneaks right through. All of the eyes are going this way. They're all looking at the three. There's no help over the top. And four realizes it. And if you're just open and nobody's guarding you, you should run to the end zone. And if you're the center handler and you see somebody running alone to the end zone, we should throw goals. And we should just take layups when the defense gives us blown coverage. Pony's on offense again here, and you can see that there's three people kind of drifting off to the left-hand side of the screen, and then there's two that are going to drift to the right. And this is a pretty easy deception. You kind of have three drift out there, and then at the last minute, just have somebody book it over to the right-hand side. So the defense comes down, and they're seeing three on the left. And before the pole is even caught and the centering pass is even gone, you just have one person from the three book it to the other side. So you switch what the three from one side to the other before the centering pass even happens. It's just an interesting way of just keeping the defense off balance. They're coming down on the pole. They're thinking, oh, looks like the three is going to the right. And then all of a sudden, you just send the three to the other side. They're going to do simple. We've looked at this a couple times in other videos, but this bottom piece is going to sweep all the way across. And we can watch them sweep here. And that gets open. Centering handler has to break the mark. I think if you want to be a centering handler, you just have to be used to or ready to initiate offense by breaking the mark. And here's a really good opportunity. Now that the sweep has happened, that creates a really good opportunity to trigger some action. So the two are alone, 2v2 in space, great opportunity to play some 2v2. I think the base set that I want everyone to know, you just have to know this base set, is there's some kind of diamond cut like that. So this person could sweep across, go deep, at the same time that they're sweeping, they're slashing, this person can drive up and down and get open. So that's the basic diamond set in my mind. What's going to end up happening is a little different. So they're riffing off of that base set. So remember the base set because that's important. They're going to have this person slash across, and then they're going to have them go back. And that's a nice little wrinkle, and the reason it works is because the base set is established and you're good at the base set. If you're good at the base set, you're going to be able to do counters and differences, right? You're going to be able to shake things up. So we can watch four here. Four just goes through the generic, oh, I'm going to drive deep and kind of set up an under. 84, I think that's 84. 82 comes across on the slash, breaks it down, and then just goes right back along the slash. So there's a nice little wrinkle from the basic diamond cut setup. But now, as soon as 82 gets this touch, Pony has another opportunity for a diamond cut, or a pairs cut, excuse me. So here we've got two people vertically stacked this time. A lot of times I'm highlighting how they're horizontally stacked, but this can work too for a pairs cut. And this, in my mind, would be a really simple time for just some kind of diamond cut again. So the bottom could kind of sweep and push deep. The top can kind of set up and go under off of that move. And I think that's exactly what we see here. So the bottom is going to make a nice hard move. Look at how they attack the defender's back. Look at how the bottom player puts his foot in the ground and attacks their back. And then four is going to get open on an undercut off of that action. So I think this is a great example of some like pre-centering pass deception. I think this is also a really good example of a sweep triggering a pairs cut over here and like doing some wrinkles out of a pairs cut, not just like always the same diamond cut every single time. And then how that you can build yet another pairs cut on top of that, and this time it's just like the more standard cookie cutter. Bottom will drive deep, top will get open under, boom, and we're in the end zone set, and we haven't really faced a whole lot of resistance yet. fun clip. I'm not sure if this is the like, if I'm not sure how much of this is scripted and how much of this is problem solving. But there's going to be a two off to your left. It's hard to see the second person of the two, but I think this person is part of it. And then you got three on the right here. And so the basic idea is just this flood three concept. The bottom two are going to go across, and then the top will drop in. You can see that the top, as the bottom two sweep across, you can see that the top kind of fakes that drop in and then decides to go deep. So maybe the play call was that this flood three was going deep. And as this guy goes, he realizes, I'm not open deep, I'm not getting thrown too deep. Let me just break it down. I have all the space still. He knows the play, right? He knows that the two would have flooded across and gone away. Maybe he was supposed to get open deep, but he still has all this space. He didn't get open deep. Just break it down and come back under for the in cut. This is also a nice example of just like the basic idea of, oh, I'm going to put my head down, look at how his head goes down, and I'm going to run really hard towards the end zone, and then I'm going to stop, break it down, and then I'm going to run back to my thrower. That is a strategy that works a lot, and I'm not sure that strategy will ever stop working. And so you can get open on people just by running really hard at the end zone, stopping, and then coming back at your thrower. I like this continue cut from 34 here. So first of all, 34, he like tries to attack his defenders back here. His defender turns pretty well, but he's able to get inside leverage on his defender now. And so he holds him off, gets his right shoulder inside of his body. He kind of pushes up to that attack layer. See how he like just gets some elevation on the field, gets some verticality on the field, so that when he decides to slash and go horizontal, boom, he's right there for him. So two nice moves from 44 and 34 in this clip. Here's Pony playing offense. This is a much longer clip. They've got the disc on the death cone, so they're corner of the end zone, and they're being forced out of bounds. They're being forced trap side here. So they're on the death cone right now. It's a really tough place to play offense. I think as I look at this, I'm imagining that they're going to set up this for the around, and then that is going to trigger. They're going to have, when they throw this around, they're going to have some opportunity either for this person to continue or for some kind of like diamond cut or some kind of pairs cutting action over here. So if they can get this swing off, they're gonna look to these two, and they're gonna have lots of space to be playing 2v2 over here. They're not able to get that swing off, so now they have to problem solve. The bottom of the three is he's just gonna come straight downhill at his thrower, give him something. Then there's a little 2v2 here in space as two players are just trying to figure something out as the offense resets. And then as we come here, this is a nice, I think this is a diagonal moment. I think this is an example of a diagonal. So I've sent some GIFs on what that means, but this thrower is throwing diagonally. This is that diagonal space through the field. I think bad throwers would think to themselves, I'm going to try to complete the pass over here. I think that good throwers think to themselves, I'm going to try to like complete the pass along this diagonal. It ends up going over here. But this is a good example of how, you know, throwing along that diagonal, and also defenders just tend to leave you in the diagonal space. They just try to like sag off or look over the top or something. It just seems to be a soft spot in a lot of defenses. So there's a good example of this throw came from the sideline, and now they've given themselves like 10, 12 yards away from the sideline as they come across. We're going to dink it around with some swings, I think. Yeah, we're going to just dink it around in the reset space here. We're going to get a swing and another swing. And then this huck, I think, is very good. Let's start by looking at the cut. So the cut hopefully looks really familiar to people. This person's going to travel horizontally, and then they are going to put their foot in the ground, and they're going to go vertically. Um, I try to push this a lot. This is how I try to teach people to cut, like make a horizontal move and then turn it vertically. So you can see 4 makes a little horizontal move here. Boom, there's that horizontal move. He takes a couple steps and then right foot in the ground and he turns it and he goes, boom. As we look at this throw, look at how flat this frisbee comes out. Look at where he's throwing it. He's throwing it to the middle of the end zone. The middle is right here where my cursor is, but he's not trying to throw it on the edge here, or he's not trying to throw some massive blade that gets over the defense. He's just throwing a soft, flat pass out in front of his receiver and letting his receiver do all the work.